Welcome to SteamWorld Dig 2, all achievements. A bit of housekeeping to mention before we start. So because of the nature of this game, which is that of a Metroidvania, I suppose, to get all achievements, we will have to run through the games a few times as we are graded on our performance. Categories like secrets, the amount of money we get, how fast we do it in, and how many deaths. So what I'll be doing is I'll be having a initial playthrough, which I will be aiming for the 100% aspects in exploration, so the secrets and gold. And then once that is finished, going back through and doing the achievements that aren't those. Just the achievements that I believe that we will need a full game run, or that change up the game significantly enough that it won't really fit into an initial playthrough. But moving back to the initial playthrough, I will be going through a lot of the achievements that you can feasibly get in a few minutes, or you can set like a few minutes into getting them. This is going to be interesting, as not only am I playing this on the Switch instead of on Steam, which probably would have been the smart idea. I don't even have all of these achievements myself, so this is going to be definitely interesting. Next thing is that, as I'm hoping to make this a guide that people can follow, episode titles will be based on an achievement we get in that episode, but that's gonna be more so towards the end when we're doing or spending an episode getting a specific achievement. If we happen to get an achievement, or like multiple achievements in a single episode, I might just pick whatever, or pick which is the most interesting out of the bunch. Also, because this game is heavy on resource management, I'm thinking that I'll try and find a perfect balance between progressing the story and achievement/resource progress as well. For in the initial playthrough, we will be getting a ton of money. Thankfully, there's mechanics in this game which kind of mean you don't have to worry about every single little thing, but we still need to do a bit of grinding. A casual 100% playthrough would still be around like 15 hours. But yeah, that said, let us begin. Normal, I suppose. Where have you gone, Rusty? So, as I like this game so much, I will be reading the dialogue, which is not something I normally do, as I feel like that kind of breaks up the pace, but yeah, this game's an exception in my case, so yeah, I will be reading it. Mine is wanted. Continue east to El Machino and dig up your destiny. I really don't like the fact that, well, the interact button is the same as look up, so that's a little awkward. But yeah, just already, I just in love with the music. It kind of sucks because it's so short, but man, Hang Fang is like really good. Ouch. Scrap, gosh darn it, my leg broke. Well, what is this place? I have to explore it to find another way out. Yeah. So, as you can probably guess, I did kind of remap the buttons to somewhat of an odd layout, where our tools are, well, my tools are, they're face buttons, as I just don't like, I think that feels the most comfortable for me at the moment, which is somewhat weird. Okay, so we definitely have to preserve the lights, because something I'm not really such a big fan of is the fact that our light runs out extremely fast. Like, if it wasn't for the torches here, would pretty much be in complete darkness, and I know we don't have the ability to, but I'm thinking that, of course, I will try and focus on light the most, just to make it more visually appealing. We can now sprint. Yeah. The weird thing is, like, not really, going back to my how I'm playing the game, I'm actually playing with the Joy-Cons, which I just, man, when I first started off, when I first got my Switch, like in 2020, I was definitely in the mindset that why would I not use anything other than the Pro-Con, but recently, I've been giving a lot of love to the Joy-Cons. Although that being said, I definitely think there are a few games which make more sense to play with the Joy-Cons over the Pro-Con. For example, Okami is definitely one of them. As a lot of RPGs are, I guess. Oh, glorious guiding light, please shine on me. Yes, you may bask in my destructive glow. Blessing, wonderful rupture awaits. Wait, what? One shot. Oh, what's going on here? Sweet, another pilgrim. But I'm not a... Get ready to be zapped. Pew pew. So, something that wasn't really in the first game, but is more so in this one, boss fights. Which kind of feels a little weird, but I guess if you wanted to go all out, then having boss fights would definitely make sense. Okay. Definitely probably should have mentioned it earlier, but I'm thinking that for the achievement for completing the game with no deaths, I'm hoping I won't have to set aside an episode for that. But because I'm going to be focused on a few other things, trying to stay safe is probably not going to be one of them. No, one of the things I focus on. Hey, I was just about to light you up, you crazy cultist. Tried to tell you, I'm not a cultist. Really? You bots all look the same to me. You look like some sort of Vectron sprite. How's that possible? My friend Rusty destroyed Vectron before he went missing. The cult stole me and plugged me in here to be worshipped. They wanted me to zap them. But I can't do that without my cool totem though, so what are we gonna do now? Well, I'm going up to the big city. I heard that Rusty had been seen there. To the city, you say? Alright, if you insist, I suppose I can come with you. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of my furnace. What, and float around here all bored and alone? Your furnace is warm and comfy, and pestering you is fun. I don't have time for this. I need to get out of here. Sounds like you need my help after all. I've already scanned this area, and I guess I can let you use my map. Let's get out of this place. Alright, come on then. Okay, trying to get to a point. Yeah, also, because I am playing this on the Switch version, I'm not entirely sure when exactly achievements would pop. I'm gonna have to defer to editing Ortiz to do that. So this is what the surface looks like. It's bright. Hey, your map is great. Could you use it to locate someone? Not even if I cared. You remind me of one of those nasty fan lights from my father's stories of the old country. I'll just call you Fan for short. I'm Dorothy, but my friends call me Dot. Yeah, whatever, I'm going back into your furnace now. Wake me up if something interesting happens. Just trying to remember if... Right, of course. It's definitely gonna be something if I have to go back for. So there's something of note down there, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Why if it isn't young Dorothy McCrank? Trader Carson, I didn't think I'd meet anyone I knew this far from home. So what's been going in on that little automaton of yours? I've heard all sorts of rumors. It all started when Rusty arrived, digging riches out of the mine and helping our town prosper. But then he found some strange technology down there, he fused with it and it made him stronger. Come on, get to the good stuff already. Well, the source of that mysterious power turned out to be dangerous to us all. He fought it and saved us, but after the fight he disappeared. I've been trying to find him ever since. A traveler saw the posters I put up and told me that Rusty had been seen entering the mine in Machino. Yep, that's quite the story. Now, the lift up to the town is broken, so you have to climb the cliff to get up there. I'll be up there shortly myself. Come by if you want to buy some upgrade cogs to better handle their mine. The thing we saw back there was an upgrade cog. That earthquake made the elevator come crashing down. Ooh, did someone get crushed? Why, I never! What sort of terrible thing are you? Hey, I'm not a thing. If I sit on my totem, I would zap you right now. Well, whatever you are, you need to mind your manners. Excuse us, ma'am. Finn hasn't really learned people skills yet. Definitely hasn't. So, we'll definitely need to come back here. Wait, it's not up until like here. Or much higher. Because occasionally Fen will want to come out and talk. Like now. Wow, what a view! Why don't you take a closer look? You have to come closer! Closer! Well, I'm not entirely in the mood to die today. Dying in the first episode would be pretty sad, I think. Can I... Okay, cool. Just letting the few first notes of the theme to El Machino just settle in, because aside from the title screen and maybe even the credits theme, I definitely want to say that El Machino, or New Heights and El Machino, is probably my favorite, so I'm just gonna let this play out for a bit. Do I have to? Hey there, keep calm, people! Well, actually, these earthquakes are something to worry about. I've already told you, my seismometer is getting some really strange readings. There are more important things to worry about, such as keeping the ore flowing. You idiot, why didn't you listen to the experts? Mark, please, these experts with those facts, they're missing the big picture. And what about the red scarfed miner that never made it back up? I've already hired a guard to prevent more unprepared bots from disappearing. Now let's all keep our heads cool and just remind ourselves that the mayor's office is not to be blamed here. Idiot. A red scuffed miner, that must be Rusty. Finally a promising lead. I think these earthquakes sound promising. Nothing like a bit of chaos to livening up an adventure. I need to talk to the mayor about entering that mine. How about we just... Could we talk to people before we talk to the mayor? My word, these earthquakes really are troublesome. The mayor really must have something to look into this. What if all the wonderful treasures down there get crushed? Perish the thought. So I guess you really like precious stones. No, I'm speaking of real treasures, fascinating and strange artifacts. Something splendid with its own marvelous tale to tell. If you happen to find any such artifacts, it would be lovely if you would let me have a look at them. Fred, I'll keep my eye open for anything interesting. Splendid, I shall give you a blueprint if you give me at least one artifact. Oh my, that was a very big earthquake. I definitely want to say that she has a name based on robots. You know, that Blue Sky movie? That worthless son of mine has no idea what he's doing. We need competent people down below looking into what's causing these dang earthquakes. I know what a tectonic plate feels like when it's moving. By thunder, this ain't it, dearie. You know, Mayor Yonka may be a chump, but he's right this time. We need to keep that all flowing. I heard he's fretting so much about it. His hair started to rust to see. Now me, I'll always take any ore of a miner's clamps, whatever the circumstances. Don't want to be a bother, but those earthquakes are a bit scary. But if it really is a problem, I guess the man would be more worried. Though he's just lying. Hey no, I'm late for my polish. If you got complaints, leave them at my office. And if it's about the quakes, don't bother. Some shaking is normal in these parts. I'm not here to complain, I just need access to the mine to search for a lost spot. What I need is to get the mine running again. You don't even have a proper line. Just likely to get lost yourself, and I can't afford that. Not this close to an election. Hey, tell you what, there is a safer area to dig in, just to the left of the ladder down the mine. If you can dig ore up to buy yourself a new light, the guard will let you enter the real mine. And back to talking to people. I've been working the mines for ages, dearie, but I've never found anything like those quakes. I'd check them out myself if I could, but look at me, not much mine left. What happened to you? Ooh, was it some horrible mining incident? Nope, I gave up a lot of my body parts to make my cog-on boys. Biggest mistake of my life. Boring. Hello. I see you've broken your light source. I wouldn't wander around in the dark with this rumbling going on. So if you're heading into the mine, you better fix your light first. You can use my workbench here if you like. Do you definitely swear that's gonna be a problem? Gee whiz, you look like a small town bot, just like me. How wonderful! Been feeling so lonely lately, like a proper outsider. I thought it was just a whiff from the outhouse, but yeah, it's that outsider smell, alright? That glowing sparkling thing is right. I'm not really cut up for the big city life. Could you try and be a little nice for a change, fan? You might like it. Doubt it. Well, you see, you have not found any fascinating artifacts yet. Yeah, buddy, I haven't even been into the mines yet. I think I want to say that whenever I can, I kind of want to avoid talking to people, because, like, This game has a lot of replay value in the fact that there's a lot of dialogue you can just skip or just find. Somewhat of a spoiler, but the bot we saw down near the elevator, we don't really fix the elevator at any point, so she's kind of stuck down there. But I guess getting our toes into mining, definitely want to say that kind of wants to prioritize digging down a safe platform that I can make a safe way to get back up. As starting out, our moveset is a little limited. How to ride there, young miss. I can't let you dig here without a proper light source. Just wanted to go down and look for my friend. What if I just took a quick peek? Yeah, let her take a look. She'll probably make it back up. I reckon we've already lost one too many miners down there. It's too dangerous guessing your way in the dark. How about you fix your light up in town first? Oh, I suppose. Really love the fact that you can just jump up ladders. If you could jump off of the ladder, that'd be great, but there is some minor jump or movement tech that I do like. If you're planning on going deep down, you better fix that light. Is the mine really that dangerous? Well, there's some nasty crawlers, but at least I haven't seen any flipping shiners in a while. My older boys have been patching the walls to keep those fleshy bipeds out. I was a young girl but when the Shiner Wars ended, but I still remember the bad parts. Anyway, it's always best to be prepared down there, dearie. Well, we can't really do much, so we'll just upgrade that, and bit weird to say, but I'm fairly sure I don't remember how exactly the first game worked, but the level up there will kind of dictate what upgrades we can buy, and a bonus will make resources more valuable, as we'll get a little bit of a bonus the more we level up. Actually didn't know that was there, that appeared here first, but I think for the meantime I'll just leave that off. I'll leave that on. I like your boots. Yeah, they got enhanced in some machine down below the desert. The extra sprint hydraulics probably made them really fast. Those equipment machines down on the mine stations are pretty cool, right? Well, alright, they can be found all over the mines. They're very old. We don't really know who built them, but they work fine for our kind. Over the years, the miner bots have set up mining stations around the machines. We know where a few of them are, but the mines are much bigger than just the parts that's worked on. I've read about other stations with cool equipment lost deeper in unmapped parts of the mine. If we're gonna find them, that is entirely up to us. So kind of an odd point to start, but I'm thinking that next episode we will start digging. I think that next episode will definitely be more focused around digging, less so progression based, I think. Because, well, even though we've just started, it's probably best that we upgrade our resources or upgrade our tools a little bit more, just to make digging a little easier. But yeah, until then, that is when I'll see you. I think whenever possible, I'm just gonna come up here to El Machino, just so I can listen to the music. And, you know, just have the ending thing just be this.